So 99% of aspiring developers will never make a single dime with coding because they do not understand the Disneyfication of the coding industry. So the Disneyfication of the coding industry means that we are pretty much tricked to believe that the tech industry looks like this, right? There are a bunch of friends that they're all helping each other, and all they talk about is like how to be nicer with each other, how to make the world a better place and whatnot. And it's pretty much bullshit, right? But that's kind of the narrative that is being pushed on Twitter, on Reddit, whatever, right? Or that's how it used to be till, I don't know, maybe 2022, 2023 or something like that, like last year. And now we actually see what is the real drive of the tech industry. And it's actually these bad guys, right? Bad guys. The truth is that everyone cares about software developers for one simple reason. They can make money, or they should be able to make a company money. Think about this in this way. If you hire someone, do you hire someone to train that person, to teach that person, to like pick them up and whatnot? No. Imagine yourself right now. Let's say I used to be a barista, right? The thing that I hated the most was working with someone without experience. Bear in mind, months prior, I had zero experience, so someone had to teach me this stuff. But regardless of the fact that I used to be a beginner and now I have to work with a beginner, I didn't like that. And it's exactly the same thing with software, okay? You need to understand that nobody cares about you at all. And it's not like if you're gonna go into a new industry, things will be different. No, everybody hates noobs, everybody hates beginners. That is the truth, that is the reality. And until you do not come to kind of accept this and do something about it, now that you accept it, you'll be stuck in the beginner learner mindset phase forever, right? And that's the last thing that I want for you to experience. I don't want you to be stuck in a job that you hate just because you do not understand how to code for money, right? You have to code for money, not for the pleasure, okay? You can like coding for yourself, but you have to think about how can you make money for someone. That is the thing that separates someone that is a professional from someone that is a noob, okay? Because you can be a beginner and still be a professional, or you can be a beginner and be a noob. And I'm gonna show you some examples here, and I'm not gonna get in like deep portfolio reviews and whatnot, but here are some projects that I saw online on LinkedIn. Like this guy wants probably a 80K a year job, 100K a year job, 110K a year job. Probably he would settle for 60K a year job, but like he's demonstrating that he knows nothing about coding, right? Because he cannot build a complete product, right? Look at this, same shit. A coral. Why do I have a coral over here? Like it doesn't make any sense. And these guys are noobs. They are beginners. Look how horrible this interface looks like. Every one of these guys can actually fix this project that they have. Let's just go to another one. Look at this. Horrible. Let's just be honest, right? Horrible. I mean, this is way better than the previous one, but it's still horrible to today's standards. Like, what is this? It's a bullshit collection of silly websites. Okay, tic-tac-toe. All right. Is this application showing that you can make money to someone? Of course not, right? This is tic-tac-toe. It's bullshit. Okay? And you need to understand that you are there to get paid. You're not there to be taught how to make money for someone, okay? So I want you to understand that nobody wants to give you a shot. Nobody wants to help you. And nobody is willing to hold your hand. And now I know that you are thinking, oh, this guy is super negativistic and I feel like I'm never gonna get a tech job ever in my life. No, that's not the point of this. The point of this is to show you what's happening, because until you do not understand what is happening, you cannot fix it, okay? It's like, if you know that you have cancer, now you can go ahead and treat it. But if you just know that you have some symptoms, you have a headache, you have this, and you treat the headache, you are not going to treat the main thing, which is the cancer. So I want you to know that you have a problem. This is how the problem looks like, and now you can go ahead into the world and to try to solve your own problem by knowing that this is the real problem, not this, because you are optimizing for this, right? Most people optimize getting a job by being cute and stuff like that, by saying that they've built to-do apps and weather apps, and then they apply to 2,000, 3,000 jobs, they get no answer back, and then they're wondering why they'll never get a job in tech. Not because they never think one moment that the problem is them, that they do not have the skills. In my mentorship program, and I don't want to pitch it to you right now, I'll pitch it to you later, but we actually have a solution for this, which is work on one project for a very long time with other people, where you learn all the skills that you need to have to get and keep a job. It's as simple as that. And if you do that, then when you get a job, nobody has to teach you anything. You already know how everything works. You already know how to set up everything. You already understand the mindsets. You already know how to use Git and GitHub, not just by winging it, because you cannot wing it anymore. Okay? You cannot wing it in any career, and that's okay. That's why the supply and demand is going to be fixed. Right now, there are a lot of bullshit developers that have no skills whatsoever, that they have no reason to be in the tech industry whatsoever. It looks really bad from the outside, but from the inside, you know that you are looking for good developers and you cannot find them. And your job is to figure out how to get the right skills, to put yourself in front of other people so you can actually make money. And now I want to talk about some competitive advantages that you can use. If you think that you've made a good enough project, I will say you didn't, but let's say you did make a good project. The next problem that you'll have is that you do not have a good resume, right? You do not know how to write a resume, because guess what? Writing a resume or writing a good resume, it's another skill, and you have to spend time learning how to write a good resume. And then you do learn that by sending out a lot of resumes and see what sticks or doesn't. You can pay someone $100, $200 to write the resume for you. This is how I want you to think about yourself, because you are investing in yourself. That $100, $200 that you're going to invest is not money spent or wasted. It's an investment which is going to help you make more money, right? You want a business to give you a shot, you need to start thinking like a business, not like a stupid employee who doesn't want to invest in anything and just wants to save money. Because you'll never get anywhere. Because if you have the same resume as everyone else who uses the free stuff online, who never spends time thinking about this stuff or spends money like getting like hidden information, you'll not be able to stand out because you have the same information as everyone else. I hope it makes sense. If you do not have time to apply to jobs, that's totally fine. Let's say you just want to invest your time into developing your skills or prepping for interviews. That's totally fine. But you can hire someone from Philippines, from India, from Nigeria, from all these other third world countries, give them like $5 an hour, and then they can apply to 100 jobs a day for you. You do not have to move a finger. You just pay them through Fiverr, and then they apply for you. And that's how you save time. You save your time to invest it again into your skill set. Your applications should also look good, right? Look at this shit. Let's be honest, this is shit. Okay? This looks like dog shit. And it's not me being mean, but it's horrible. I don't even know where to start. But all these websites, they have something in common. They all look like shit, right? Would you pay any of these guys, right? Would you pay any of these guys $100 to do a website for you? No. So why do you think a company would hire you as a front-end developer when you cannot create a good front-end? Like, it's mind-blowing that people do not think about this stuff. So if you are not a good designer, you still have to create a good design. And you can buy templates for like $100, $200. I'm not going to tell you which one, because people will think that I'm affiliated with some guys. So you have to find your own, right? But I have always recommended one specific guy, never affiliated with him. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. Just find someone, pay someone to help you out. You can find designers that need a website, right? And you can pair up with them. And you say, hey, I'll build your website if you build my website, or you help me out with the SaaS project and whatnot. You have to start thinking like that. You need to start solving your own problems before you ask people to help you out, right? Think about it. And then you can also file your own LLC. So in my program, in my coaching and mentorship program that you can apply to, if you click on the first link in the description, I have created a company. My students are using that as experience. So they do not show applications that they're building in the program. They do not show to-do apps, Pomodoros, like these guys. Unfortunately for them, they do not understand this, right? Because their boot camps or whatever course they're... Look at this potato, come on. This is embarrassing, to be honest. They do not show applications that they're building in the program, because that shows you that you're a noob. If you have a to-do app on your portfolio, or tic-tac-toe, Pokemon, all that shit, that means you're a noob. Nobody wants to work with you because you're a noob. Like, you're instantly calling yourself a noob, and then you put a label on yourself that says noob. So what we did is I have created an application, a real business pretty much, and they use that as experience. So they say, I have worked at this name for 1 year or 2 years, depending on how brave they are or how much they are willing to push the truth. And then that's how they get interviews. That's how they get jobs. That's how they get experience. These other businesses, they call me and ask for a reference, for a referral. I give them the reference, I give them the referral, and then they are hired. That's how it works. That's how you have to think about this stuff. Do not play this game on old rules. This is not anymore 2013 to try to get a job with a website that looks like this. This is not gonna fly anymore. It doesn't take much effort to go from this website to a highly optimized website for getting a job. It's actually even easier. You spend $100, you get a good landing page. You don't need to think about where I'm gonna put my navigation. You don't need to think about what I'm gonna put here. You don't need to think about where to put the buttons. You don't need to think about anything. It's already done for you. You just copy it. And sometimes it's already done for you. Having someone to apply to jobs for you. It's $5. $5 a day for 7 days. That's $35 a week. $35 a week where you can just take some time off. You just watch Netflix. Use your money wisely, okay? Relax, after a long day of work, instead of like mind-numbingly apply to jobs and hating yourself for clicking on that button, because I know it takes a toll on you, like applying to jobs without getting any reward out of it. Like your dopamine center is pretty messed up. You cannot think straight after because you are used to do something and get a reward. But avoid the pain of doing it yourself. Pay someone $5. It's gonna keep you in the game for longer. It's not much. And then you can even pay less if you learn how to negotiate with these people. Think about like creating advantages for yourself, because there are no rules. There is no one way that you should do things like. Okay? This is a free for all market. And I'm giving you permission to come up with creative ways to find work for yourself. Find a nephew that is like underage, and instead of like doing chores around the house, they'll just click apply, right? Think about that, like figure out ways, and I'm sure you'll absolutely crush it. If you want to make money fast with coding, I can help you out with that. I have a C guarantee. Just click on the first link in the description and I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. You do not have to think about any of these things. I've already done it for you. You just have to do the work. It's super easy. Anyone can do it. You just have to put in the work. A couple of hours here and there per week, and then you'll be a developer in no time. Until next time, peace out.